Hello and welcome to a new segment called Social Justice Sunday, in which we will read from the scriptures of social justice. Because Black Girls Duh says, what white kids think is racist, is as in, what white kids think is racist. 1. Black kids speaking against racism. 2. Black kids calling them out because they are racist. 3. Black kids getting mad at the system. 4. Black kids fed up with being stereotyped. 5. Black kids making jokes about white people. It's funny how ironic number 4 is. Black kids being stereotyped, because that's sort of exactly what you're doing. And making jokes about white people, well, if they're racist jokes, people, it is racist regardless of who does it. And because Black Girls Duh continues on with what white kids don't find racist. 1. The N-word. I find that rather strange because, if this is a black person, they should have no problem saying it. 2. Blackface. And 3. Police killing an unarmed black teenager. Why would it matter what the race of the teenager was? If a police shoots an unarmed person in the back, how is that not wrong? How does it being a black person make it somehow more immoral? I guess that's just racist logic for you. And someone from near Harrow, UK, says, so it's 8:30 a.m. and a table full of #lads just got on my train. All middle-aged, bald, wearing polo shirts, and they just cracked open their first beer from their many clinking plastic bags and proceeded to cheer as one of them opened the bottle with his teeth. I H9 white men so much. Is H9 the new H8? I must be out of the loop here. H9 white men so much. So, that's sort of redneck culture. Is it bad? Are these people hurting anyone? It's not like they're taking bats and smashing up mailboxes or anything. They're just acting like a whole bunch of jackasses. A woman, I believe. No, that's probably a terrible generalization there. We're not sure she's a woman. It might be a something else. Is holding a coffee mug, which says male tears on it. And this being its everyday mood. #mine, #me, #male tears, #misandry. Well, at least it's not hiding it anymore. Hiding the fact that it is misandrist. Oh well. Here for a little change of pace, we have a red pillar. I'll stop calling girls stupid when they have sex with me. I'll start calling you mean-spirited cunts if that's what it takes. I'll then call you lesbians with no sympathy if that's what it takes. This sounds a bit Elliot Rodgers-ish. And that's why I believe the whole MRA movement, it started as a movement with legitimate problems, but it has been so co-opted by the extremists, same as the feminist movement. Have sex with me and I'll stop whining. I don't negotiate with terrorists and stingy, greedy hoes at that. I'll stop calling you greedy, self-centered hoes when I get some pussy. You mad hoes? Then what are you going to do about it, you greedy, misandrist bitches? Not fuck me until it gets worse, you cunts. Then what are you going to do to stop me, you female versions of Adolf Hitler? Commit suicide? It's be greedy with the pussy or commit suicide? Don't you think that's why I'm so annoyed with you penis houses? That's the first time I've ever heard them called that. In the first place, girls are stupid. Not only that, you're a bunch of greedy, self-centered, hoey cunts. Pussy or bust. Pussy or GTFO, right? Anyway, what's interesting about this is we don't really know whether it is the red pillars or if it's a social justice warrior trying to make the MRA types look worse. I wouldn't put it past them, but just taking it at face value here, it certainly looks like one of those sexy MGTOW individuals. Somebody looks like Tyler, name begins with F. People are not quote-unquote biologically male or female. We are assigned genders at birth. Those assignments are incorrect for trans folks. Hashtag Trans Day of Visibility. Yeah, okay, so today we have discovered that having a anatomical body part is a societal construct, and you can lose it as soon as society changes its perception of said anatomical body part. This is a rather interesting one. Protein World gets tweeted. Hey, at Protein World, am I, parents, a normal woman allowed on the beach? You know, if my body's for me and not to please others. And links to a picture. Protein World responds with at username grow up, and then posts a picture of a whole bunch of magazines focusing on women's health and men's health. Just, in other words, not Playboy or what's another one, I forget. And another presumably social justice warrior jumps in with, wow, at Protein World, you seriously need some help with your social media crisis management. Hashtag shocking. Protein World responds, sales are up, we are just fine. And the SJWs getting a final word in with, let's see if all those sales will cover the increase in insurance premium when you offices' windows get smashed in. At Protein World, at someone else. Because nothing will change the world better than some good old-fashioned violence. Yeah. That's because, the ends do justify the means to them. They think that's perfectly fine. In a bulletin pinned up on a pinboard, it says, activists in, rapists out. Did you know that 6 students faced unprecedented sanctions, suspension until September 1st, 2016, 100 to 120 hours of community service, and a stayed suspension once they returned to campus for nonviolent civil disobedience off campus in protest of the tuition hikes and police brutality? Did you know the UCSC is currently under investigation by the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights for mishandling rape and other sexual violence cases? The University of California is intentionally choosing to target and repress student activists as, quote, threats to health and safety to the community, but not students who repetitively rape and sexually assault our fellow slugs. Now is time to act. Rally. Yep, because rape in America is totally not a crime. Am I right? Twitter. Some person, oh good, now women can have flash drives too. Hashtag everyday sexism. Hashtag sometimes I feel bad about liking pink. And it shows a pink PNY flash drive. It doesn't say for girls on it or anything. Woman's flash drive. It's just a pink flash drive. Of course, only a social justice warrior would find something so benign and decide it is sexist. It's just a color. You're the one who's making it sexist. Sapling from Tumblr reblogged another post. White people grow handlebar mustaches and drink out of mason jars because they want slavery back. Ah, of course. I somehow fail to see the correlation there, but yeah, personally, I'm of the belief that black people tend to cultivate afros because they want to become slaves. So I guess we're even, right? I'm kidding. Of course. From Yik Yak. At boys, if a girl tells you you're being misogynistic, you don't get to argue it. You don't have a say in what's offensive to women because you're not a woman. It's not debatable. Apologize and shut up. Well, personally, I find being called a rape apologist offensive, and since you're not a man, you don't get to decide what's offensive to me, and since I find it offensive, you can shut the hell up. And that is not debatable. Thank you for listening to your weekly sermon of Social Justice Sunday. And until next time, farewell, my snowflakes.